My name is Thia. I'm a grade 10 student at Inquiry Hub. When I was in middle school, I was very interested in sciences and maths, and I knew that I wanted to pursue, at that time, in forensic sciences. So when I was looking to come to high school, I learned about Inquiry Hub, and I learned that at Inquiry Hub, we get to do what are called inquiry projects, which basically you get to choose what you want to study and what you want to do a project on. You get to choose based off your passions, things you want to learn, things you want to get better at, just in general, things that you want to improve on. I really like painting and really enjoy it, but I wanted to try a new aspect of painting, a new aspect of art, a new media. So I learned about glass painting. Not painting on hot glass, but painting on a pane of plexiglass. And I actually got this idea because I was talking to my dad about painting, and he's an engineer, so he has lots of scrap material at his work, and he mentioned he had a piece of scrap plexiglass I could use to paint on. And I thought that was a great idea, so I went on Amazon and bought some glass paints, and that was it. I sketched up my design and I painted it. And I tried something new, I learned something new, and I was pretty proud of my end product. It's actually hanging in my bathroom now. Then for my second inquiry project, we had to document 20 hours of progress. So then I went to one of my hobbies, which is fishing, fly fishing to be more precise. It's something I've been doing ever since I was a kid, and I really enjoy it, and it's one of the things I really love doing. So I wanted to do a project surrounding that. My grandpa is really involved in the fly fishing community and suggested that I create my own flies. And I thought that that was a really cool idea, something that was really unique and really different and really structured to my interests and hobbies. So I did a bunch of research, found out colors, different types of fish, what colors they liked, things like that, sizes of hooks, did lots of research, and came up with 3 fly designs that I really liked that I thought they could work really well. They happen to be chironomids, and I won't go too much into that because it's not a very well-known thing, let's just say. But yeah, I came up with a bunch of fly designs and then tied them and showed them off to my class, and I was really proud of the product that I came up with. And then for my third inquiry last year, we had to allot 30 hours of progress. So for that, I decided to go more of a digital online approach. So I decided to create a food blog, but not just any food blog, a dairy-free and vegan food blog, because unfortunately I'm lactose intolerant, and as much as I wish I wasn't, it's kind of something that I recently found out that I had. So finding good recipes for things like chocolate chip cookies, macaroni and cheese is fairly difficult because most of them are pretty gross. They don't taste at all like the real thing. They just never work out, and the ingredients to use are really expensive. So I decided to try out a bunch of these recipes I found on Pinterest, on Google, pick my favorite one and put them all into my blog. Basically creating a platform for anyone dairy-free or vegan that they could find, in my opinion, the best recipe for each thing that I had put onto my website. And then for my fourth inquiry last year, we had to go 40 hours of progress. So I decided to learn how to make jewelry and then start a small business from there. I thought this project was only going to take me 40 hours, but little did I know that starting a small business was so much more than just learning how to make the product. I learned how to make jewelry, and I don't just make jewelry out of metal. I use precious and semi-precious stones and rocks like quartz, crystals, things like that, and use wire, silver and gold plated to make jewelry out of them. I make necklaces, earrings, bracelets, rings, all of the above, and it's something that I actually found that I really loved. My first inquiry this year as a grade 10 student was learning how to suture, so stitches, as you would see in a hospital. Why, you might be wondering? Well, because I have an interest in the medical field, and maybe one day I'll become a doctor, or maybe I won't. But this was my first kind of introduction to that field and that way of learning and that kind of thing. So I followed YouTube videos, I saw tutorials, I did research, but I really wanted to get advice from a medical professional. So I got in touch with an actual surgeon who practices surgery on a day-to-day basis, and I emailed back and forth with this individual and got a lot of tips from this person, and it was very helpful. So contacting expertise, as I said before, is a huge part of inquiry. Inquiry projects aren't about always being successful. It's about trying something new, learning new skills, creating something. It isn't always about being the best at it or succeeding in it. You might have a failed inquiry, and that's completely okay. It doesn't always have to be a success for it to be a good quality project. It's all about the process.